Now to build the button, I'm going to make a Canada SVG. That's going to be our scalable vector graphics. Inside this SVG, we're going to make a button. That button is going to link to a Quebec page, but it is going to be a path that we're going to make the path by plotting all those points that we recorded. I'm going to write SVG, and I'm going to give it an ID. My ID is going to be Canada SVG. That's my SVG. Inside that, I'm going to make a button. It's going to be an anchor tag with an address. href is equal to, for now, I'm just going to put a little placeholder. Go to Quebec. Later on, we'll put in the proper address. And that's the close of the A tag, of the anchor tag. Inside here, we're going to make our path. D is the dimensions of the path are equal to, in quotes. A path has three parts. It has the beginning of the path, the M. Think of the M as go to this point, or start at this point. The L is line to, so we make a line to this point. And the last part is Z, which tells the path that this is the end of the path. I'm going to put a double space before I write my coordinates in each case. On my other device, I have my image of Canada, of Quebec. I'm going to go get all the points that we just entered. I'm going to start at 400, 270. Space 270. I'm going to copy the L because I'm going to need a whole bunch of L's. We're going to line to 500, 270. Paste in that L. The next one is 540, 350. And the next one is 510, 350. And the next one is 540, 390. And the next one is 610, 350. And the next one is 610, 420. Let's scroll down, see what that looks like. We have all of Quebec to do. I just want to have a look to see what that looks like. There's a few things that we have to do still. After our Z, I'm going to put fill is equal to, I'm just going to put any color in, like blue for Quebec. I'm going to put the SVG in my CSS. I'm going to put hashtag Canada SVG, open bracket, close bracket, and I'm just going to go and copy all the stuff that I have about the Canada image, and I'm going to paste it because most of the same things are going to be true. I need the width. I also need the height. Height is 600 pixels, and then if we press update preview and save, we will see what we've drawn so far of the Quebec button. So notice it's not exactly in the right place. Also, I'd like to be able to see through that button. I want to change its opacity. Before the fill, I'm going to write opacity is going to be equal to, and 50% is 0.5. Let's update that preview. And now we can see through the button. And we can see that the button isn't in the right place. Now, instead of changing the coordinates of the button, I'm just going to move the map of Canada underneath it. I'm just going to move the map of Canada back 15 pixels and up 15 pixels. Where it says top is 0, I'm going to make it negative 15. For the top and for the left, negative 15 pixels. Update the preview. Then our button is closer to the proper position. Maybe I moved it too high up. I'm going to lower it down a little bit. Instead of top negative 15, I'm going to make it negative 10. Update the preview. That's fine. Let's continue entering those coordinates. 560, 440, and then 540, 470, and then 540, 500, 510, 510, and then 500, 500, 480, 510, then 450, 500. Here, let's have a look at what that looks like. Update the preview and press save. Then we have 450, 500, 430, 430. The final one, 400, 350. Update the preview and save that. When we click on it, we want it to take us to Quebec, to a Quebec page. If I click on it now, see, there's nothing here because we don't have a Quebec page. We need to quickly make a Quebec page. To make the Quebec page, I need a map of Quebec. Map of Quebec. Then I'm just going to find a nice looking map of Quebec. That looks nice. Add to photos. I'm going to go into the map of Quebec. Crop that. Crop out the border. Done. And then with the tolerance tool, I'm going to get rid of the water. I'm going to have to go to my eraser now. So shrink the eraser down to here. there's our map of Quebec. And save that in high resolution. Back into my Safari, back to my Tumblr. I want to go to the posts for map of Canada. I'm going to add a photo post of Quebec. Add photos from the photo library. Here's our map of Quebec. Done. I need to post that. I have to go down to the bottom, click the post button. And then once it's posted, I will click on it, just hold it down until I get the share add to photos and copy. Select copy, go up to the Tumblr search bar, paste it in, Command V on your keyboard, and notice it ends in .png, so that's our image address that we want. Select all that, Command A to select all, Command C to copy. I want to make my page for Quebec, and I'm going to do that in Google Chrome. In Google Chrome, updated the preview and save that. Let's exit. I'm going to add a page. We're going to do the same thing we did when we made the Canada page. Is we're going to first go to custom layout, show a link to this page. I'm going to call it Quebec. The URL that I'm adding to the URL for my Tumblr is Quebec. In the custom HTML part, I'm going to put in my HTML tag. Then I'm going to put in my image tag. An ID is equal to Quebec image. The source src is equal to that big long address. Then we can close our image tag. We need a button to bring us back. Let's update the preview and we can see that our image of Quebec will appear. I need to make a button and it's going to bring us back to the Canada page. Put in button. The text is going to be back to Canada. If we update the preview, do we see the button? It should appear way down at the bottom of the screen, and there it is. Okay, that's fine. I want to reposition the button so it appears, I guess, I don't know, like somewhere on Gava Bay here. Well, I'm going to make some CSS. So I put in my style tag, type equals text slash CSS capitalized. Yeah, for my Quebec image, I'm just going to go down to here and copy the word Quebec image. So hashtag Quebec image. I am going to make its width 600 pixels. Yeah, its position could be absolute. We can move it around. From the top, for now, we'll just move it down 10 pixels. From the left, 10 pixels. Our back button. So hashtag back button. Its position is going to be absolute. I'm just going to come up here and copy all of this stuff. Let us position it at, let's say 300. Update the preview and save. Let's shrink the page so we can see everything. There's the back button. I wanted it maybe a little bit higher, just in on Gava Bay, so I'm going to put it instead of top. Let's try 100. Update the preview. That's exactly where I want it. We want the back button to bring us back to Canada. We can put in our back button location.href is equal to, in quotes, I need to put the URL for Canada. So I'm just going to go back into my Safari and I click on my avatar, come on it again, and we should see the link in the pages thing up here. In the pages, here's Canada. That's my Canada page. Go up into my address bar and copy that URL. Back into Chrome, I'm going to paste in that URL. Update the preview, and let's see if we click the back button, does it go to Canada? Nope. I need to say on-click equals. On-click equals, put a big quote there, location.href equals, and then I need to put more quotes here. I've already used the big quotes, like the double quotes there. I'm going to use single quotes, which are really apostrophes. So I put an apostrophe around the address for Canada, and I need to close the apostrophe here. Update preview, save. I'm going to try the back button, and it should bring us back to Canada. It does. Okay, so if we click on the Quebec button right now, yeah, not found because it's not found because we didn't put in the address for Quebec. I'm going to go back into my Safari and get the address for Quebec. You click on the avatar where it says pages. I'm going to click on Quebec and I'm going to get the address for Quebec. And then back into my Chrome, back into my, here, let's update the preview, save. We're going to go from the Quebec page to the Canada page. Where it says go to Quebec, we're just going to put in the address for Quebec. Update preview, save. Now if I click on Quebec, it brings me to Quebec. And if I click back to Canada, it brings me back to Canada.